Hi everyone, it's Alex Fung from Remax Hallmark, Daryl King team. Today, we are going to be talking about the Richmond Hill real estate market of May 2022. So let's just jump right into it. The latest figures came out by the Toronto Real Estate Board just recently, and right now, in the month of May, there were about 188 homes that sold. Okay, comparing that number versus the year before that was about 360 homes that sold. So that was an actual decrease by a little over 48%. Okay, so almost one half of buyers are out of the market, just waiting to see what's going to happen with interest rates. Okay, the number of available listings or active listings also changed. Okay, so there's about 572 homes that are available last May versus the year before that, which was 615, which is a decrease of about 7%. So both of these numbers decreased, but the number of buyers decreased significantly more. So what that really means then is that the market is starting to definitely shift into a more of a buyer's market. Now, the type of market, as mentioned earlier, is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. How much? Well, from 1.7 to 3. That's a significant change. And a balanced market in definition means 6 months of inventory. Okay, so right now we're at about 3. Okay. Now, the average price, if you think about it, in May still increased by about 11.5%, okay, versus May of 2021 versus May 2022. So I don't know any jobs that gave you an increase in 11.5% in your salary, but that's still quite significant and a great appreciation if you're a homeowner. Okay, now if you're a home buyer and thinking about waiting, you need to take into consider of the rise in income of employers. Okay, they're willing to pay their employees more money. Also, housing demand is driven by immigration. Okay, there's a record amount of immigrants coming to Canada, and that really affects obviously the housing markets. Now, you need to really think too, like, are you planning on buying the place to rent it out, or is it for you to move in? Okay, about 20% of people are investors. The other 80 are more of consumers. So if you're really going to hold on and live in the property for 5-10 years, then it doesn't really matter how much when you're going to buy the home. Okay, everyone's trying to time the market, but in reality, it's an extremely difficult thing to do. If you even look at the past CEO of CMHC, which is the Canadian Mortgage Housing Corporation, before the pandemic, he was expecting that the housing prices would drop to about 18%. Now, if you didn't listen to him and you ended up buying, you would have been up, depending on the area, 50 to 60%, right? So you really need to think about that. And now, if you're the homeowner looking to downsize or upsize, right, you need to think about your situation, right? If you're thinking about downsizing, you need to think about the value of your home, right? Yes, your neighbor that sold in February got more money than what you can right now. But if you bought the property 20 years ago, you're probably being up, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, right? So it might be a good idea for you to consider cashing out. Because with that downsizing and inflation, you can use that equity and turn into cash and help you afford other day essentials or travel. Okay. If you're thinking about upsizing, right, it doesn't matter. You should really consider about selling as well, right, before you buy. Because homes are taking longer to sell, you don't want to put yourself in a compromising position when it comes to negotiations. Okay, so what I like to think of it is sell high and buy low. Right. So right now is a peak time. Interest rates are still very low. Okay. A lot of media is exaggerating and creating fear in the market. Okay. But if you think about, timing the markets, right, and comparing that interest rates to housing prices, you can see historically why the higher the interest rates, the lower the home prices are. So if you wanted to wait for a year or 2 years or even 3 years, it's unlikely that we'll go back down to, all-time lows of interest rates. Okay. So you might be thinking though, as a homeowner, if I sell now, Alex, where do I live? Right. So there are a couple options. The first one is you can live with your family and friends, The second one is you get another place, an Airbnb, or you rent a place for a year. The third option, which is my most favorite option, is you find a buyer that allows you to live in the property and rent it on a monthly basis. That way you don't need to move twice, which causes a lot of pain and anxiety and a lot of work. And the second one really is that it gives you the flexibility when you make an offer, okay? When you do find a property that you like. And homeowners love flexibility, okay? So if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll be happy to help. Take care. Bye-bye.